Your resume means nothing. Nothing anymore. Nothing. Nobody gives a hoot that you are 10-0. Nobody. They're coming in here to take everything you earned, but you ain't earned nothing. You ain't earned nothing. They're coming here with a puncher shot, all right? Don't fall into it. Do what you're coached to do. Take no one lightly. The only team that can beat Milton is Milton. You understand me? So you take care of business tonight, and we start our journey on me. 1-0 on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1-0.
We really just focus on one game at a time because, even though we ranked, that doesn't mean that we can get that snatched from us at any moment, but we know that we just got to treat every game one by one and treat everybody the same. We're just there to get the job done.
Hey, so wherever you're at tonight, communicate, right? The thing we did well at practice this week, the thing that we improved at the most was communicating pre-snap what we're doing. Keep doing that, choke the life out of them.
All right, look, it's that time of year. It is win or turn it in. Win or turn it in. If you're a true competitor, you like that. I love that. I love when everything is on the line. That's what I crave. That's what I want. So go out tonight and fight for another week. Fight for another Monday together and make it show with your play. I should be able to watch you play and know that you're fighting for another week for this team. They said that we're going to get their best shot. Good. They're not going to get our best shot because we're not a team that's built on the best shot. We take shots. It's every play for us. Every single play, we give our best shot. Play after play after play. So let them take their best shot. That's fine. We'll absorb it, and they're going to get our shots every single play.
For the Woodstock game, there was one play where Aiden was guarding a receiver, and the receiver caught it and turned right into Aiden, and Aiden stripped the ball right out and ran for the pick six after breaking like 3 or 4 tackles. It was honestly really cool.
It looked like the receiver had it fully, but then when Aiden just stripped it out, that showed that he never gave up on that play, and everybody was just cheering for him. And it was just a good moment just to live for.
The interception from Dylan when they were in the red zone, that one really stood out because they could have scored, but we kind of held strong and
TJ's been a horse for us. He's been running the ball real hard and with a lot of effort. In that Woodstock game, it seemed like every time he touched the ball, he was dragging people all downfield, and he's been a cornerstone for our offense all year, and I believe he will be a big part of our playoff run.
From the Woodstock game, I would probably say the most rewarding aspect of that game was just our offensive efficiency. You're rarely going to get opportunities where all 4 of your guys are going to be able to get on the stat line. I think we were able to do that in week 8. I think all 4 of them had a catch. But that's going to be few and far between. But our offensive efficiency that night, being able to put up 42 points in the first half alone is very impressive. And again, just kind of goes back to, if we do our jobs individually and collectively, if we do our jobs and we execute and we play to the level that we know that we can play, then nothing is going to stand in our way of accomplishing our goals. So yeah, I think putting up that 40 piece in the first half was probably the best part.
I just like how we just created destruction on the field, how didn't not letting them score. We just kept our foot on their necks. It's I just really just.
And I'm proud of you. We played clean football. You earned another week. Remember, every week that we earn, the competition gets greater. The task gets greater. So our work level's got to meet that each and every week. But you earn another Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you for that. All right? Every round, it gets cut in half, cut in half, cut in half. Let's make sure that we're always on the right side of the scoreboard. All right, moving on to round 2, fellas. Great job.
So what does effort mean to you?
Effort, just emptying the tank. You know, when we talk about bet, the E is all about what are you going to do, you know, when the chips are down? What are you going to do when you're faced with adversity? Are you going to give great effort when you don't want to give great effort? And that doesn't necessarily mean physical effort. It may mean mental effort. It may mean something completely off the field.
Effort, you just give your all the time, you know, even just everywhere, in the classroom, at school, in the weight room, on the football field, effort everywhere.
So most people would say, you know, giving their all in the game, but really it's giving all even when people aren't even looking in every aspect of your life. In the classroom, you know, most of our kids are 3 to 4.0 GPA students. So I feel like just giving effort in any aspect of your life, that's what the effort in bet means to me.
I think effort is huge. I just think that effort is something that you can always control no matter what and what the situation is. For me, it's just always to give my all.
Yeah, effort, relentless effort is how it started, and that's kind of been the motto of the past couple games of just emptying your tank on the field. Whatever your goal is, whatever you're trying to achieve, you put all of your energy into it until either time runs out or until your goal has been achieved. Literally making sure that when you walk off of that field, if our goal is to win the game, that you've either done that, or if it does not work out that way and we happen to lose, that you don't have an extra ounce of energy left in your body that you could have put towards winning.
Going into playoff games, our practices are definitely more rigorous. We know that it's win or go home, and we aren't afraid to acknowledge that. So we're always playing for the seniors and make sure that the next game is not their last game.
My overall philosophy for coaching linebackers is you better be smart and you better be violent. For our inside linebackers, we ask a lot of those guys. You know, they're constantly checking things at the line of scrimmage, recognizing formations, recognizing personnel on the offense, moving guys around. So you can't be a dummy and play that position. You need to know the game inside out, and you've got to have a commitment to, you know, really studying the game. And I feel like both of our guys do. And then, you know, another big part for me is you've got to be violent. This is a violent game, and you've got to embrace that part of it. If you don't love to hit, if you don't love that aspect of the game, you really just can't play linebacker at this level. You know, you're asking something of kids that if it's not innately already there, it's probably just not a good match at the inside linebacker position.
I want you to understand the why. They set back so deep, okay, that you are going to be running more NFL-style twists than what you typically see at a high school level, okay? So look, be a yard off the ball like we always are, okay? It's heat switch, okay? I want to sell it, then I'm going in, okay? I want to sell it, and then instead of going in and ripping in, so am I the guy that's supposed to be making the sack? what am I supposed to be doing? What do I have? What's the most important thing we got to do? Contain. Okay? So you do what you got to do, okay? But you make sure that he stays in the box. If he stays in the box, we win the game, and we hang out next week. And I really, really want to hang out next week, guys.
I've been blessed. I've been lucky to have a pretty good receiving core. We can kind of take the win is what we call it. So if we got a matchup problem or something like that, and we feel like we can win that matchup, we'll take that matchup. But our guys are so smart and so into watching film. It's kind of just we don't change up much. We trust what we do. We call what we call. And best on best, that's how we beat the scheme. We're just better than everybody else.
You know, something that I really believe in is we don't practice it till you get it right. We want to practice it till you can't get it wrong. And so there will be some years where we don't ever move off the basics. We're going to become students of the game and masters of our craft. And the players will always tell you when they're ready for more advanced stuff. And they'll tell you with their actions is, you really understand once the players have mastered the basics to the point where it almost becomes boring, you know the guys are ready for more. And that's just kind of my philosophy on that, is that the players will always tell you when they're ready.
We always approach prepping for the playoffs. We try to overly prepare, and we try to think about the situations that may happen. And how I keep the DBs focused, we try to be humble and hungry. We have some top tier DBs, and they can easily get overconfident, but I try to keep them humble. Just teaching them that anybody can be beat, and we just gotta play one play at a time.
You gotta be relentless with detail. You know what I'm saying? Your preparation, everybody says, the process, which is true, but you gotta be prepared for everything, and not everybody can just do the same things over and over and over just to perfect your craft. So I think preparation and paying attention to detail is probably my two biggest things that I try to go by.
I remind them of, the goals we've been discussing for so long, and just how this time is going to end. And when it ends, you don't get it back. Truly everything on the line, truly everything that we want and say that we want and we work for is ahead of us. But we've got to make sure that we zone into the moments and get better each and every day and not waste them, because when the games are over, they're over. So you either win or you lose, and there's no in between. So just reminded them how precious the moments are, and making sure that every day at practice we're working towards the goals that we say that we've wanted all year long.
You got to understand that, if we don't have a business on Friday, we're about 30 of you guys. Tomorrow's your last practice ever. Or you earn another week on Friday. Yeah, I just remember Dutchtown pregame. I worked hard to make sure that our guys were locked in and not potentially getting caught up in the moment, getting caught up in any trash talk. And pregame, they kind of ran down our sideline and did some things that we weren't expecting, but sent us a message. And I'm watching our guys as this is occurring, and they're not fazed. I don't even think they looked their way. They just continued to warm up, go through our process, do their thing, and not worry about anything that was going on around them. And at that moment, I knew we were locked in. I knew we were ready to go. I knew that we would not be fazed. I knew that there was nothing they could do to us mentally or physically that was going to stop us that night.
Any team who wins tonight can win the state title. Any team that wins tonight is a contender. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Normally stuff doesn't really bother me. But them running up our sideline is something that I have never done as a coach. It is just as disrespectful as stomping on the M, running up that sideline. You understand me? I don't want to separate tonight. I want to make a statement.
Hey, look, it's win or go home. Everything matters. Everything matters in win or go home. I told you it's going to be a fight. Go into every fight with your hands up. Don't go into every fight just trying to land punches. Every punch we throw tonight, make sure it's a knockout blow. I told you they're ready for a fight. Keep your composure. Keep your composure. Win the mental game tonight. Protect your brothers tonight. I told you they're not scared of who you are. And they even showed you they do not give a damn who you are. Going out of their way to run down our sideline pregame. So yeah, it's personal. I told you it was gonna be. There's gotta be consequences for that. There's gotta be consequences. And I can't go do it. I can't play anymore. Y'all gotta go do it. It's up to y'all. There's gotta be consequences when somebody comes in your house and disrespects everything that you own. There's got to be.
A play that stood out to me most against Dutchtown was when Tip scored the first touchdown of the game on a corner route. That really set the tone for the game and helped us heat up as an offense, and that's what allowed us to put 41 points on them. So we scored consistently off that.
Memorable moment from Dutchtown was just being in that game, second round. I'm not used to that. That was a blessing to get to the second round. So being in the second round, I was very excited.
One of my favorite moments from Dutchtown was just the defense shutting them out. I feel like they had a big task at hand. They had an explosive offense to go up against, but just trusting in our defense, and they made it happen.
A memorable moment from Dutchtown would be just honestly shutting down their explosive offense. Like, we were told all week that they were averaging 50, 60 points a game, and to hold them to 3 points, and we really should have been 0, but to hold them to 3 points, like, I mean, no team in the regular season did that to them. So, you know, I feel like we were feeling good about ourselves going into the playoffs and doing that to them, and looking at Houston and them having the same offense.
Yeah, the Dutchtown game, that was an interesting one. You know, Dutchtown had a really, really good team. They had a bunch of really good athletes. They had a quarterback that we were really worried about. He's a mobile kid. He can make plays. And the defense really just stepped up and contained him well. You know, we felt like we really limited the damage that he could do. And I remember Blaise Battaglia going in the game, and you know, he's a kid that we believe a lot in. We believe he's got a really bright future. And that was a week where he'd had a really strong week of practice, and we felt like he was going to be able to take on a larger role and be able to go in earlier, you know, move the defense around, adjust to what they were doing. And he went in, I remember a series in the second quarter where they had started to get a little bit of momentum, started to drive a little bit. And that was a big moment for him, is him to to be able to go into the game and answer the bell and play well was really, really special for me as a coach, to watch him kind of take a big step in a big game for us. And also just for him is, you know, that's one more step towards him achieving his goals. So that was an awesome moment in the Dutchtown game.
Hey, look, I'm proud of how clean we played, how dominant we played. There were actions pre-game that occurred, and there were consequences for those actions. Y'all made them pay for those actions. It was clear who the big dog was on the field tonight. I'm proud of you for winning the mental game overall. We had a couple hiccups late, but overall we won the mental game. I'm proud of you for that. The special week to me, like we talked about, is Thanksgiving week. Yeah. It's nothing but football, family, all the alumni come back, man. You earned that week. So next week we're going to prepare. We're going to get better for a tough opponent, but we're going to soak it up, man. It is a special week, and I'm proud of this team for earning that week one more year and one more week for these seniors and for this team.